All right. The March 4th hearing of the Congressional Oversight Panel will come to order. Good morning. I'm Elizabeth Warren, and I am the chair of the Congressional Oversight Panel. As everyone in this room knows, in late 2008, a financial crisis threatened to bring the worldwide economy to its knees. Citi's special role in this is that on October 28th of 2008, as one of the 9 large financial institutions that received extraordinary assistance from the United States government, Treasury injected capital into CitiGroup of about $25 billion. 8 weeks later, on December 31st, it injected another $20 billion, and on January 15th, 2009, it extended guarantees of $301 billion. This was not the first time that CitiGroup has needed government assistance to survive. During the Great Depression, CitiGroup, then National Bank, stayed alive only because of the generous policies put in place by the U.S. government. Again, in the 1980s, CitiGroup, then operating as CitiCorp, benefited from regulators' decisions to waive standards during the less developed country debt crisis. So today, we have CitiGroup, the largest financial services company in the world. It has 2 million customers spread across 100 countries. It is really 3 different kinds of businesses combined: a commercial bank, an investment bank, and an insurance company. It's worth noting that the merger of these 3 companies required special permission from the Federal Reserve in order to occur, and that to operate, it required ultimately that the Glass-Steagall laws be repealed so that Citi could do its business in this new form. Now, the turmoil that rocked Wall Street in 2008 has largely subsided, and along with its peers, CitiGroup appears to be returning to profitability. Last December, CitiGroup repaid $20 billion in TARP assistance and terminated the asset guarantee arrangement. Treasury planned to sell its remaining 27% stake in CitiGroup in December, although it was delayed because CitiGroup's share price in December was well below the price that Treasury had paid, and it would mean a certain loss for the United States government. The sheer magnitude of CitiGroup's operations and the company's history of receiving extraordinary government support has led this panel to an inescapable conclusion. CitiGroup, along with a handful of other financial institutions, enjoys an implicit government guarantee. Evidence thus far suggests that the United States government will bear any burden and pay any price to ensure that CitiCorp does not fail. In a February 10th research note, Standard & Poor's issued CitiGroup a credit rating of A, 3 grades higher than it otherwise would have rated the company, quote, to reflect the likelihood that if further extraordinary government support were needed, it would be forthcoming. In other words, Citi is too big to fail, and this fact is now directly, measurably affecting its credit rating. Were it not for the market's view that CitiGroup enjoyed this implicit government guarantee, a view reinforced in dramatic fashion by the bailout that this panel oversees, then it would be viewed as a riskier investment, and frankly, it would cost CitiGroup more to do business. So we will ask a number of questions today about the consequences, both to the taxpayer and CitiGroup's business, of the implicit guarantee, how CitiGroup has used the tax dollars it received over the course of the crisis and that it continues to hold today, and perhaps most importantly, what are Treasury's and what are CitiGroup's strategies for ensuring the American taxpayer will never again be asked to fund another bailout for this institution. To help the panel examine these issues, we will first hear from Assistant Secretary of the Treasury for Financial Stability, Herbert M. Allison, Jr., and then from CitiGroup Chief Executive Officer Vikram Pandit. To both of our witnesses, please know that we are sincerely thankful to you for joining us. We appreciate your willingness to help us learn from your perspectives. Before we proceed with the first panel, allow me to offer my colleagues an opportunity to provide their own opening remarks.